So, so this is the dangerous thing about this, is because we don't know the guy's character and what really motivates him, what really is happening to him, and what he really believes, we all believe that he could just get up one day and go, you know what, let's just go get that Constitution, and we don't really need that, do we? I mean, you could really see him until everybody around him went, no, we really do kind of need that.
This is when libertarians are like, I told you so.
Right.
Like, we also have Rand Paul, who, well, Comey's side never even confirmed or voted for Comey to be the FBI director, and is right now saying, I told you so as well. So there's definitely on that side that, hey, James Comey was always up to no good. But then there is also the scary side for the Trump side, where, well, Trump, I mean, he could just literally, we get a tweet one day, someone else is fired. Is that how it's supposed to work?
Here's the problem. You can't tell if this is a warning sign, if this is something that is something being hidden, covered up, if there's something more to look, or if it's just a guy who's in his pajamas that's just like, you know what, I just want to get rid of him.
And it's hard.
Sure that's what it is.
Yeah, I think it is more that.
It's hard because there's so much hyperbole. We've seen it. Go out there, and there's a lot of people comparing it to Nixon's Saturday Night Massacre.
It wasn't.
And it wasn't. It's not
Nixonian.
close. Yeah, it's Nixonian. And that's why it gets hard to have an actual conversation, because everyone's like, he's Nixon, it's a cover-up.
So here's the thing. If this would have happened with Obama, because he was so calculated and smooth, I would have said it was Nixonian. But this could be Nixonian. This could be just a guy who's like got a stick up his butt one moment because he saw maybe an unflattering tweet that he thought was James Comey. I mean, you just don't know how his brain works.
That's how he reacted all through the elections. Anytime anyone made him look poorly or he didn't like how things seemed, he would attack. It was all shallow, all surface level.
And the way he's fired him, I mean, there is something to say that all three of those letters came out within hours of each other without any thought. But the way he fired him was typical Trump. Humiliate him.
And that's exactly why I think that it was just him having a personal vendetta.
But part of the reason why this is so confusing right now, like it's very natural to be critical of Comey. And right now, if Comey himself, I think he actually got himself into this in many different ways. Yeah. But when he came out and testified that there was a counterintelligence investigation against Trump, this thing went to a completely different level. So even if Trump had already had plans to fire him based off of how he was handling the entire FBI back during the Clinton email fiasco, even if that was the sole reason, the moment Comey came out and said there was an active counterintelligence investigation against Trump's campaign, then it completely changed everything. Then if Trump did fire him, then everyone now is like, wait a minute, was he doing this because of the investigation? Or was it really because of why the Deputy Attorney General laid out his case in the first place? Now we'll never know. But Comey got himself into this situation to begin with. He never should have said there was a counterintelligence investigation against the Trump campaign. You never do that. That's a classified thing. To even say that blows the operation.
Right.
Instantly blow the operation.
Now all the spies are going back into the woodwork.
But remember, that wasn't Comey's decision. He got approval from the Justice Department to reveal.
He said, I got authorization, which almost sounded like he requested, hey, can I mention this? But why even say that?
Okay.
He knows very well.
Somebody approved it.
Said that.
Okay, so let me switch topics here real quick. The Russian foreign minister met with President Trump, and this is bizarre to say the least. We're only getting pictures of this meeting from the Russian press because Putin, who shuts down the press, let the press take pictures of the meeting, and Donald Trump would not allow the media to do it. What the?
Weird.
I mean, does he think we only have photostatic copy machines? I mean, how does he not know that those pictures will be everywhere and what it looks like? Who is running the White House?
The arrogance of Lavrov, it made my blood boil over. Do we have time to play SWAT 1 really quick to show this?
I want to welcome Foreign Minister Lavrov to the State Department and express my appreciation for him making the trip to Washington so that we could continue our dialogue and our exchange of views that began in Moscow with the dialogue he hosted on a very broad range of topics. Thank you.
Does the Comey firing have to
I didn't understand the question. I couldn't hear it.
The question was, is the Comey firing going to put a shadow over your conversation today? And he said,
Was he saying?
he was fired? You're
Yeah.
kidding. He was trying to make a joke, but he's a Russian, so it doesn't come off right.
But the look on his face was so arrogant. He was mocking us in our own government building. Unbelievable.
What I found was interesting was just the body language there. Tillerson was going. We're not answering any of these questions. And he started to say, what? And Tillerson took a couple more steps like, dude, and he wasn't budging. That is the arrogance.
Lavrov was like, this is my meeting.
This is my meeting, not yours.